Welcome to Shooting Shit with Rhonda and T. Tonight we're reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 6, Episode 26. Before we get started, T, you want to tell them what to do?
Smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel. D will be coming in shortly. He's young. So
He's got a whole life.
I expect him to bust in the door.
So, child, we over here at Stormy's house having this conversation with Tiffany and Kiki. And my question is, why exactly are we doing that?
Kiki, what's her name?
Tiffany.
Not Kiki, Tiffany. Tiffany came in with a fake boot, talking about she hurt her one foot. And her hair was embraced. I ain't never seen her hair embraced.
That's it. That was like she came in her black girl braids, child. What was that?
She was like, just in case this fool, I'm gonna have the baby, I'm gonna put a fake boot and I'm gonna dress down just in case this girl still want to fight.
Child, when I say Ace to be wrapped all the way around the front of her, that's why he be looking at it like that. He be like, whoo, she was about to kill me under that thing. So Stormy leads the meeting by telling them that she thinks Tiffany went a bit too far in that Carlos King interview. I think Tiffany was doing what Tiffany do, and I think Tiffany don't give a shit because she don't like Kiki.
That's and I feel like when Carlos went on his thing and like geeked her up, so to say, Tiffany, the force, multiply.
Be bringing the mess.
Yeah. Oh my God, she's doing her job. Oh my God, all of that. That just.
But I think she likes her job, though. I think she likes her job. Kiki asked Tiffany, why is she always coming for her? She like, girl, it feels to me like you build, your base, your opinion on me on my relationship with my cousin, and you don't even know how deep that goes. And I'm like, that's a fact, and that's what she did.
But you know what though, Kiki, I heard you when you said that, but like it or not, we all felt that same way about you when you came in and you did that whole thing with Mel, and we all sat up there and looked at you like, well, damn, that's how you do your cousin? You look like a snake at that time, Kiki. So, you can say whatever about your relationship, but with your cousin, we don't know at the time, nobody knew your relationship with your cousin, but we all looked at you like that was some fucked up shit.
And we still think so. But I feel like Kiki came hurt and wasn't nobody out doing interviews and that type of thing. I think Tiffany went after Kiki because she was new and she was easy because she came in there on that bullshit. She came in there the way she did, and Tiffany saw that as an opportunity to keep coming for her because she's the new girl.
And she was trying to have alliance with Tisha.
Kiki, yeah, because Tiffany, because Kiki, Tisha is
because it was like, yeah, because she was upset about it.
I don't care how many times Kiki sit up there and say that she is responsible for Tisha and her life and her success. At the end of the day, we would not know Kiki if it wasn't for Tisha. Period. She can tell that story any way she want to tell it, but maybe you set her up. But for the reason why we know Kiki is because Tisha. Stormy said Tiffany liked to start throw shade, but she don't like confrontation. I said, just like you, both of y'all. Both of y'all. I don't know. I feel like Stormy maybe hold a little bit more than Tiffany do. Tiffany come in there and then look at you and re-explain the shit in a way that don't make sense, just so she don't have to stand in her shit. All I did was say this. I just didn't even mean anything by that. And you'd be like, what the fuck you mean you didn't mean something by it?
Tiffany came in there and been talking all that shit. And she came in here, was like, let me make this shit back right because I'm about to make my exit. So, no, I didn't feel that way about you, Kiki. She smoothed everything.
Came in there tired as hell, like, look, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, so this is what she said. I had to write it down. Tiffany said, "I never had a friend like that, and I don't have any friends like that live like that." And I'm like, "What is she talking about?"
You calling her ghetto?
That's what I got from it. That's what I got from it. That's why I was like,
but you ain't
she
living like. I don't know what you think you living like though. Like we seen your house, you didn't even have grass in your backyard.
You
You
don't
cut the
even have
grass.
grass. But and didn't she say she went in the foster care system?
Mm-hmm.
And didn't she say her parents were drug addicted?
So why you didn't have friends like that?
So
Like
like
you didn't have no
what?
friends growing up?
What are you talking about? Because as a matter of fact, Kiki did not grow up like that. She grew up in a regular household. Her issue didn't come until like just in the last few years.
Right.
And Tiffany, I mean, a lot of people go through that. A lot of people would like to think they're above it, but let something happen. Watch that movie, fall on your back, and see what happened. You know what I'm saying? Pain is a real thing, and it sucks. But it ain't like Kiki was out here on the street corner,
right,
selling crack for crack. Calm down. Like what? I was like, this right here, that sentence right there. That's how you know Tiffany thinks she's better.
She do, but we knew that.
Why are you better, girl? Like you said, Tiffany said she's sorry. She's sorry, girl. She didn't mean any of that. She just views you in a whole completely different way all of a sudden. Because every time I ever seen you before, you was snapping and popping up. I've never seen you present yourself like that. Kiki kind of doesn't present herself like that. She was very much prepared and well ready to articulate her feelings in the most calm way so that Tiffany wouldn't have a chance to say she was popping off. Tiffany says she don't usually be out here bashing people. That's not even in her character.
Okay, girl. That's how we met you.
But she's been bashing people since day one, first day of the job. She came through bashing. Stormy just had to pat herself on the back because look what she did. She fixed it all. Chris goes to visit Martell in his new house. Chris is very glad that Martell's gone out of that situation. I'm sure he is. So they talk about the dinner a little bit. Chris, lets Martell know like how his family was beefing and what have you. Only for him to lead into, how about before the dinner though, you came over to the house and you and Nell had a conversation and she said things got a little out of control. And then Martell tells this man his wife is disrespectful. And sometimes when you come out of your mouth disrespectful like that, because women shouldn't do that. Women shouldn't be being overly disrespectful to men. And if they do, he gonna feel free to go ahead and check her. And Chris was like, what you mean by check though?
I wish Chris would have really got with him.
I feel two ways about it. I feel like he kind of did in his Chris way. He kind of like very calmly, threw some shade. But I also feel like it should have never came to him like that because Nell, he wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? He escalated and she was escalated. They was both escalated and she was bringing up shit that she knew was going to get under his skin. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't that. I think it was more, she could have told him Martell got bent out of shape because I brought up the daggone name change. But
she could have, but what you ain't gonna do is sit up there, regardless if she right or wrong. You ain't gonna sit up there and talk to me like you gonna check my girl and I'm okay.
Well, that part, like you sat up there and told this man you was gonna check her. He was like, pause, wait.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
And then he said, was it disrespect or was it just the truth? Because you don't like the truth, my nigga. What is the daisy chain? Yes. No. She was just over there like taking up for Melanie and everything, was on Melanie's side. And Melanie hoped this, and Melanie hoped that. Chris was like, I know that's how you keep saying hope. He was like, well, yeah, Rogers.
He said something like, ain't nothing great about that. I was like, you gonna have her whole family jump on your ass talking about their last name. Ain't nothing ever been great about a Rogers.
What's been great about a Holt? Because you and your brother was over there going to jail and doing jump shit. Melanie Holt did like bring some
and your uncle. And your mama was out there.
Your mama over
was
here.
Raised by your grandmama.
Yeah. So what's great about it? It seems like it didn't get great till Melanie got there.
Hey, y'all.
Chris was like, he ain't picking no sides. That's not what it is. We went to the ceremony. It was actually nice. We still in the middle. We still, we cool with both of y'all for as long as I guess we could. Martell will destroy that relationship on his own. He talking about hopefully Melody did it for the right reasons.
Whatever reason she wants to do it, she could do it. It don't matter. Right, wrong, indifferent. It don't matter. It was her decision. Who is you?
He hopes she got her new name for the right reason. Chris was
it ain't
like,
her new
it's
name.
not new. It was like, it's not new. In his mind, yeah, like you said, ain't nothing great about that name. Child, from this day forward, anything that Melody does won't have the name Holt attached to it. So you can carry the rings on that one. See what you can do with it.
Give it to, if your name's so great, give it to damn, what's her name? She begging for that name.
You don't want Ariana to represent?
Girl. See what she do with it.
Thank you. Where y'all go?
Well, we went to Amscott, went to get pizza. Then when we got pizza, it was all the way on the traffic side, so we spent 30 minutes in traffic.
Okay, I'm recording. That's a long story. Let me finish.
You asked me.
I did. Thank you.
Get away from me. Get away from me.
Anyway, child, what was you saying?
Give it to Ariana.
Yeah.
See what she do with it.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Tisha and Kimmy over here steaming pussies. Why? Why are we doing that? Why are we still going to strange places and sit our ass on top of a steamy toilet?
We can buy them kids at home.
That's the only way I'm going to do it. I don't want to sit next to you with your pussy steaming. Can we just go to lunch?
Yeah, that's weird.
That's weird.
That's weird. I never understood that. Yeah.
Girl, let's get all our friends together and steam our pussy together. Okay, I guess. Anyway, yeah, meet me after when y'all are ready to eat. Tisha has to take a pregnancy test first, of course, because she hasn't been feeling herself. She's gained weight and, she hasn't been feeling good. She thinks it's pregnancy. I think it's probably stress because she talked about a whole lot of stress following that pregnancy test.
Right.
Kimmy's like, girl, stop playing. Marcel had a vasectomy. This is the thing. It's one thing if he didn't, you know what I mean? Right. If he didn't have a vasectomy and you thought you might be pregnant, yeah, you're only 40. It's a possibility. But he had a vasectomy. So nobody wants to be doing that. Nobody wants to be having your husband think, what the?
She just tried to throw something out there. Didn't nobody catch it.
We don't want it. Put it back. Well, we know Kimmy wants to know if this is going to help her libido because that's all she got going on.
And Kimmy, stop it. Stop it. I'm tired of that shit too.
We're still trying to figure out how to satisfy Maurice's sexual desires. I feel like it's getting satisfied, Kimmy. Relax. I feel like it's being taken care of. Go ahead and just chill. Tisha says she's tired of talking about Kiki. Well, Kimmy is like, girl, the lady came over there and slapped a glass in your face. People gonna ask about it. So, what's the big deal? And Tisha says she felt like Mel was pushing and about asking questions. And
she
was not pushing. I mean, this is the thing. This is the way I took it. Kiki came up in there on one. Nobody said it was your fault because Tisha was like, me not speaking, me ignoring her, was enough for her to do that. Nobody says it's your fault. I think she was just saying, did y'all have a situation before that? Like, it just seems weird that she would come in there on that energy. Y'all ain't like, nothing got popped off. Now, we don't know what was popping off behind the scenes. But that's exactly why she was on 10. You want to act like out of nowhere, Kiki just walked up in there and slapped you in the face with a glass.
But was Mel pushing? Yeah, Mel, when they went to the yoga thing, Mel was trying to push. She was trying to bring up that whole thing. She was trying to bring up the whole thing with Marcel, that whole, whatever on camera that her and Kiki had been talking about, and Tisha didn't want to talk about it.
Didn't want to talk about it, but she should have said something, because why come then? She shouldn't have just didn't come. And that's what Kimmy was saying. You know what it is, girl.
She come
like I said, she could have just said, yeah, it was a bunch of drama again about my husband and cheating, and it was pissing me off, and I didn't want to fuck with her like that. She could have said that. I don't have to give no details about who said what, you know what I'm saying? But we all know what it is. That's what's stupid about Tisha and Marcel, because we all know what it is, but they want to act like it's not a thing. We got a picture of Marcel in his back.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to then, to follow up with that, y'all be posting pictures on vacation like, and we're like, okay, girl, if you like
the whole thing was stupid. I hate that Kiki even brought it on camera, because like I said, watching the interviews and everything, Kiki, the dude was lying. So why did you turn around to bring the shit up on camera?
Messy too. She's messy too.
Stupid. So I ain't mad at her for saying I'm not even acknowledging that shit, because all of it was stupid. It was dumb as hell. Y'all could have came up with a different storyline. Y'all gotta do better.
They don't have better. They don't, but you know what? They constantly doing this show. Like, they ain't got shit going on. Marcel and Tisha have shit going on.
Y'all gonna mess around
and talking about it.
Nell and them gonna take over y'all damn show. It's gonna be the Nell and Chris Fletcher show.
But that's only because what we got right now. First of all, Nell and Chris are more entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
But what they got going on now is real. Once you start making shit up, then it gets stupid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What Mel and Martell had on, that was real.
And here's the thing. Like we said, same thing that Martell with these, Mel got all of these boyfriends. Nobody ever came forward. Same thing with Marcel. Do we think Marcel out there cheating? But y'all ain't got no evidence. Until y'all have some concrete shit, let's not bring that shit up.
Stop saying it.
Because it look dumb. And at the end of the day, she ain't going nowhere. So even, I don't care. This girl, you probably could put it right in her face with him with it stuck in the woman, and she ain't going nowhere. And so leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let people leave.
But that being said, why is you, when I say you, I mean Kiki, why are you so pressed to bring it to her?
That's that part of that jealousy, her cousin shit that they got going on.
Because I'm like, at the end of the day, you only got to show me one time that you don't want to hear it.
Because I'm not gonna keep.
You won't hear it from me no more. Exactly. I'll wait until you bring it to me and be like, really?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't that serious. I'm not like losing no sleep trying to make sure you get this information, girl.
And like I said, Kiki, your story is interesting. You don't have to bring up none of her shit, because you honestly got a good story, but you don't even know how to capitalize off of it. Keep talking about Tisha and how you
I think a lot of times though, production be so hard trying to create a stupid narrative, you know what I'm saying, to keep the story going instead of focusing on, because it's a lot of times where other shit is going on. I would like to see something besides Maurice and Kimmy talking about how they,
that's stupid as hell.
It's so dumb.
Yeah. But you can't blame production when you are on your own social media doing
it. On your social media, on Twitter, and all of that stuff that goes on
with all these people. Yeah.
I mean, even with the Crime Stoppers thing, Kiki, you would have been better to come back and be like, I have never been so embarrassed in my whole life. You came back like, oh,
yeah,
girl,
she could have came back and said, yeah, they had my picture on there, and that wasn't even me. Or I didn't even take that, and now they ass got to pay for it. You know what I'm saying?
No, she didn't say none of that. She said it'll all come out later. Can't talk about it right now. Ain't no case. Girl, stop. Anyway, Tisha said she is overwhelmed, she is tired, and she's thinking about going back to being a stay-at-home mom.
Girl, you didn't let this convince you, but do you, boo? Do you?
Look, she
When
got
she
the
said
house
that, I said he done wore her down and she
burned
tired.
down.
She's done. Good. Good. That's what you should do, Tisha.
I think.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Because nothing else is working for you. I agree.
Well, I feel like Tisha had an opportunity. First of all, nobody should be out there doing all these things. You know, you're the club owner, you're the expo maker, you're the product line, all of that stuff. If you would have picked one thing, if you would have came out in the beginning and said you and your girls wanted to do a little line, y'all could have been working on that alone.
And if I was that cousin, I'd be like, bitch, you didn't make me come over here and you talking about you finna sit your ass at home.
Down.
You left my damn job. I've been a whoop Tisha ass. But do you, boo? He didn't wear her down.
I said, girl, take that break. You might need it. She said Marcel wants to go see a therapist. The way she was telling the story, it was like Tisha was taking on everything. This is her fault. That's how it came across. Like she took the weight of everything. Now he wants to see a therapist. And I was like, just like he beat her down in front of this camera, I can imagine how much worse it was when he got home. Tisha, every bad thing that they said about her on the internet, he probably repeated that shit. She just looked beat fucked down. I was like, damn, I feel bad for her. Yeah, girl, take that break.
Yeah. Go and take that break Tiffany finna take. How about y'all just break away? You know what I'm saying? How about you just break? Cause Marceau love this shit.
He loves it. You know what's crazy though? That's why she said be a stay-at-home mom. Honestly, like it doesn't get any easier when you got three, like they're not teenagers where they can drive. You still got to take them everywhere, do all that shit. You know, Marcel still expects to have dinner cooked and all that bullshit that he be expecting. And then, you know, you had it in front of you. You had Mel and you had Stormy that you could have went to get guidance, but you was so busy trying to act like you was on their same level. Stormy has admitted to failure. Everybody like that's been on a journey has admitted to having a backup. They have talked about bankruptcies and all kinds of stuff, but she doesn't. She always want to be like, oh, it's cool. I got it. I don't care what they have to say.
Yeah, 100%.
So Chris gets together with his son Chris Jr. Chris Jr. been absent since the dinner. He was really pissed off about that thing. He thinks it's not fair that his mama got his dogs.
Chris spoiled.
He keeps saying if I hadn't got locked up, Chris, he's a spoiled baby. I'm like, it don't even make sense. And Chris, why did you get locked up? We ain't talked about that. Like, I'm guessing y'all are saving it for a later date. But this is the issue. Whatever you was doing to get locked up is the reason why all this other shit happened.
And here's the thing, Chris. Your mama and daddy, like, they doing real well. You could, like, really rebuild yourself right now. So I hope that's what he gonna move towards. Because you can do it.
At least he has his father there too, and I was like, this is why they come to Chris instead of Nell. Well, because he's definitely a better communicator. I like the combination when you think about it. He's a good communicator to people, and Nell is a good truth teller. She's a good way of like say that shit and let's get to it without it coming off a certain kind of way. Cause she messy, you know what I'm saying? But
well, he called her Lunelle. I knew. I was like, that makes sense. Yep, that's Lunelle. Now that makes sense.
That's her name. That got past me.
Yeah, he called her Lunelle.
Yeah, that's how she be acting.
She acting like that.
But yeah, you go to her for other things, like for money and hugs. When you need advice and stuff, Chris is the one to go to. I said, Alexis, that other daughter, I was like, this is gonna make her mad because I feel like this is what she's not getting. And when she sees him sitting up here having this heartfelt moment with her little brother, she gonna feel away. So I feel like Chris should figure out a way to have the same kind of connection with Lexi, because that's why she keeps snapping over there. He said he recognizes depression in his son. I feel like that's like a lot of young people are dealing with that. I wonder why.
Because it's the state of the world. The world is fucked up.
They've grown up in a very stressful environment.
It's stressful as hell.
Yeah.
Y'all remember back in the day, something had happened. Like when we was like I was in elementary. But I don't know, like, let me just say this for example. So I wasn't elementary then, I was grown as hell. But for example, if I was in elementary and the damn Twin Towers had failed, they would have sent our ass home. You hear what I'm saying? It was a whole tragic. They see too much in this one thing after another. The economy is fucked up. Nobody has money. And then you have to deal with social media.
The internet, they see every freaking thing.
Come on, like, ooh.
Crazy.
I'm so glad I grew up in the 80s.
Me too, and I'm glad we didn't have cameras to take pictures of this shit.
Because you was actually in the moment.
You were in the moment. It's crazy because when COVID first happened, and it was springtime here, so people were like, well, I have this beautiful house, I might as well. Like, they was out in their yard, and because we couldn't go no damn where, you know what I mean? People were out riding their bikes. You would see whole families out riding their bikes together. And I remember me and Katie were out walking, and she was like, what was it like when you were a kid? And I was like, kind of like this. You know what I mean? You know your neighbors.
Like, we got up, got dressed, and got outside, and then come back in until the street light. And then you got in trouble if your ass ain't make it when the street light came on. Because
Saturday afternoon would be cartoons, and then outside.
Yeah. Cartoons. My daddy used to have that bologna. He had the cheese rolled up in it, and I would be underneath the table. Remember being underneath the table watching it? Had the funny papers. You know what I'm saying?
The funny papers. They don't have that. They're depressed.
They don't. It's horrible. And I said another thing with this whole social media, like you be in the house and stuff. Like, for example, nobody really cares about family reunions, because family reunions was a big thing. So at least in my family, it was huge. But now that I see you all the time on social media, it's not like, oh, I can't wait to see next year how big such and such gonna be. Like, you see them, it's no surprise. There's no need to get together. You know everything that's going on with everybody because they're posting it. It used to be a surprise. Like, oh,
well, see, I like that part because I don't get to see everybody. So I do like that I get to see.
But it's motivation, though. You know what I'm saying? To get there.
That's your thing, not my thing. Y'all family reunion over there with the green eyes. I didn't have family reunion.
Well, that's because this side didn't do it.
Yeah,
we didn't do it over here.
No, we didn't do it.
And I think for the most part we didn't do it because for the longest time we were all right here around the corner from each other. So, they would get together with grandma, Baxter birthday or stuff like that. But, on my daddy's side, we all come in from different states to the center location. You know,
we were all right there.
Yeah.
Together. So, child, let's get to this last part before we run out of time. Lou and Tiffany.
Sure.
Lou is so checked out, it's ridiculous. He came in there, had a very detached. I feel like I can't tell if it's just from the show or in general altogether, because he said life be lifing and ace be acing. Like, he don't have no type of attachment to any of that. He sat down, what's her name? Tiffany was sitting there doing laundry, and they started the conversation talking about Kiki and how that whole thing played out. And which, Lou was looking at her still like, see what I'm talking about? This is stupid. I don't even want to hear this shit. So he kind of let that conversation roll into Tiffany not being okay, and maybe these type of interactions on top of everything else that she's got going on might be too much. She started complaining about all the stuff that she was told in the first place was going to be a thing. So, what you want us to do? Because everybody told you that's what it was going to be like. But,
I
here
feel
you are.
like before this season started, Lou already let her know, I'm not gonna be on this show no more. You can go on there and do what you do, and you done after this season. Now you can tell them whatever you want to tell them.
It was so very obvious that Lou is the one that told Tiffany she had to quit. He even let her say she's glad that he is supporting her decision. I was like, girl, stop. That was his decision. You were crying because you want to be here, girl. You do not want to leave the show. I think Tiffany is really comfortable in her villainess because that's why she was coming to Kiki. She liked that shit. She was not feeling no type of way about it.
And Lou shut it down. Like, I'm gonna end up really hurting one of these niggas. So it's best for me not to be on the show.
Well, I mean, bye y'all, because we wasn't like, I was like her talking about how you know, and the conversation is so weird. What's up, D? The conversation went from Kiki to postpartum to then they went into filming, and I was like, oh
yeah,
we changing the whole conversation.
And then you talking about, are you through?
The people that were talking about you in the comments, and I'm like, come on, though. Based on how you came in the show, that's what you wanted. You was here for the smoke. All the way down to Carlos' interview. That interview she had from Carlos didn't seem like nobody that was concerned about
She wasn't concerned. She didn't care about that. Like you said, she wanted, he put his foot down and he wasn't playing with her, and she had to bow down.
He had to go like, I'm gone, y'all. Because
And that baby was like, bye. He was like, didn't I agree to have this baby? All right then.
It's so funny because when Tiffany is holding him, he looks like his daddy. And then when Lou is holding him, then you see Tiffany's, you know, in him. I was like, it's usually the other way around. The baby usually look like who's holding him. Yeah, well, y'all, that's it. Next week, Maurice and Kimmy, Maurice is not handy, just in case you didn't know. I guess, I mean,
Maurice on social media talking shit about bloggers talking about him. You say alleged when you talk about me, or you gonna have a lawsuit. Who he talking about? Who done made him mad?
He said
Maurice, he's all on social media. He putting out a warning to all you creators out there. If you don't put alleged or in your opinion, you're gonna get a lawsuit. No, I'm like, Maurice, you haven't even been on the show. Nobody talking about
you.
Okay,
well, allegedly, in my opinion, he got a big, large ass lumpy head. How about that? Allegedly, in my opinion, he's got a little bitty ass dirty dick. Is there anything else allegedly about him that we heard about?
In my opinion, he can get the hell on gone with the what's Tiffany and Lou? What's their name?
The Whitlows.
The Whitlows. He can get the hell on with the Whitlows.
Allegedly that. Anything else?
Nope. That's it. That's all, y'all. Drop down the comment, like, and subscribe to this video. We see you on the next one. Bye-bye.